Hello and welcome to today's Treasure Hunts, brought to you by your host, Jason Hargis, and...
Hello there, this is Erin Hargis, welcoming you to our next treasure hunt.
This production is brought to you by Cheerios, where we put the cheer in your...
Oh.
And Rainbow's Nuclear Bombs. We don't discriminate, we blow up all the colors of the rainbow. First team up, the Pirate Ninjas. They're the hometown favorites. What do you think?
I think they got a good chance. They've got a nice big crew, although, they've had some infighting lately, and that might, prove a little bit detrimental to them.
Well, we got new team member AJ. Let's dress him up. Whoosh! That looks much better. And the next team up, we got the Pathfinders. They've won one so far.
That's true. Jason, Pathfinders, they're also a hometown favorite, and they've got a new team member, Devin, who seems like he's going to put a lot forward and help them out quite a bit. So I'm kind of rooting for them myself.
Well, let's dress up the Pathfinders. There we go. They look ready and primed. And next team, the new Jedi Masters, with an ex-pirate member.
Now that's impressive. An ex-pirate member going over to the Jedi Masters, they've got to feel that. That's got to hurt. We've got Mark and we've got Kellen, who is actually a sibling of one of our other teams.
Well, let's dress them up. Whoosh! All right. They look primed and ready. And here we go with the treasure hunt. The first clue. It was posted on the side of the back shed, where they subsequently all masked up there, wrote it down, and kind of tried to fight over it, covering it up and not letting others see what it was. It turned into a mass mob. What did you think of that experience?
Jason, as I was sitting here watching this and rerunning the tape footage, the only thing I could think of is, who's going to get out of there first, because they are just all clumped up there and they don't want anybody to see what they're writing, and if they figure it out, and I think it was a real heart turner.
It was. I gotta agree with Erin. But after this, they did eventually head out. Their first stop along the way was Pavilion Springs, where incidentally I stopped off at Black Springs and redirected them because they all tried to go the wrong way. Here they are at the Pavilion Springs, cooling off, trying to get that heat down. It was a very hot day. And there's Devin running across the grass. Yeah.
And Kendall's right up on her way going through the tunnel from Holly Springs to the Pavilion Springs, and here comes Eric and Hunter. No sign of Devin yet. Oh, there it is. Never mind. There he is. But, it took them a little while to find the clue.
Well, they did eventually find the clues, and they made their way up the trail towards the Bison Viewpoint, where the bison were out. And we took plenty of photos. We even took the time to pose ourselves. But here are the this would be the Pirate Ninjas. They have already taken the lead and have found the next clue, although they're having trouble reading it.
And you know what? That's kind of my fault, because, the clue itself I wrote, and it's a little bit difficult to write on a rock face. Not saying that I wrote on the rock face, because of course that would be wrong and, graffiti.
Well, the buffalo's there in the background, laying down, being lazy, because it is freaking hot out there. Oh, it's so hot. I'm so glad we gave them sunscreen for the road. We even offered them caps. And they all carried 6 bottles of water during this trip. There's some man boobs on Mark showing. He's already taken off his shirt and is showing his nipples. And might I say, they're quite hard. There's a nice buffalo posing for the camera, but he's kind of scrimpy, so we took a better photo. If you look closely, you can see his manhood hanging down below.
And next we've got Hunter and Eric. Oh, sorry, that's not Hunter, that's Devin. Oh, look, here's some more pictures of us posing, because it was just a gorgeous day out there, and, we decided that we were going to play with the buffaloes and the babies and stuff.
Yes, sometimes we do lose track of the treasure hunt and enjoy the wildlife around. And should I say, they were some stinky wildlife. But from there, we were headed to the Bromide Viewpoint, where we took pictures on the horizon, taking pictures from a lower level and then a higher level. Yes, Erin was afraid she was going to fall off the cliff. How did you like that experience?
The Bromide Viewpoint wasn't all that bad. You know, we've got Mark's wife Rita here with Nathan, little baby Nathan, and he thoroughly enjoyed the view. But on to different matters. I think the reason why we took all of these pictures was because it took such a long time to get everyone there.
And what do I do with Sean when he gets bad? I throw him over. No, I'm just kidding. It was a simple toss over a cliff. Okay, so the first team is there, and it is the Pirate Ninjas. They have assembled at the clue, giving a little flash, their little gang sign there. And there's the clue, Romeville Bon Pie, which spells, if you mix up the letters, Bromide Pavilion. AJ's so happy to be there. Look at him smile. Oh, isn't he cute?
Yes, he is. Kendall is just thrilled. She's made it to the top of the cliff, and she is getting the clue, and she's ahead, and she knows it.
And coming up quickly is the Jedi Master Katie, who joined the Jedi Master team, although she was traipsing alone ahead of her team. She was pushing on forward. She did not want to be beaten by those pirate ninjas. Why, might I ask? Because they didn't ask her whenever they decided she would not be on their team any longer. There was a little bit of a grudge match going on, I would say. Wouldn't you?
You know what? I'd have to agree with you, Jason. I mean, there's so much animosity between the pirate ninjas and these new Jedi Masters.
Well, the rest of the Jedi Masters did eventually show up, and they looked completely exhausted. They knew they were behind, so they decided to go straight down the mountain, taking the jumps off the cliffs and climbing down. It was a dangerous move. Did it prove fruitful? Erin?
Well, eventually, during the climb down, Katie made it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
And Mark and Kellen decided that they were not experienced enough to actually go back.
And we went ahead and went down to the Bromide Pavilion, but as we got down there, as you can see up on the viewpoint, you can see how high it is there. That is Team Pathfinder pulling up in the rear. They are trying to close in, but we are at the pavilion where Katie has already made it down the cliff, alone, again, ahead of her team, searching for that clue in this darkness. Oh, it was dark. Very dark. But there's Katie, still looking for the clue. She is very persistent.
And actually at this point, I have to mention that the Bromide Pavilion was infested with spiders at that time. At this point, that the actual pirate ninjas decided that they were going to sabotage the next teams, and they covered the clue with shaving cream.
Which, honestly, I think just helped other teams find the clues, because all they had to do was find the shaving cream. Here are the Pathfinders deciding to come across. Oh, there's Katie's face when she realizes she's at one side of the park, and now she has to go to the other. Oh, detrimental to her. Okay, so here are the Pathfinders finally making it, deciding to cross the river and not take the trail. Did this benefit them? I would say so, because they caught up with the Jedi Masters and were back in tied for second.
You know what? I would have to agree. Every time they think that they're behind, I love this little team. They pick themselves up and they decide that they're going to go ahead and go for it and, climb out of the muck and climb out of third place, and they actually make it.
And here we see the teams taking a break because it is so hot. They decided to go ahead and jump into the snake-filled pond. Awful brave of them. They're such brave adventurers. They don't care about the water moskins. They just dive straight in.
However, whenever they did catch Lua, or whenever they did catch Shine peeing into the stream, they decided that they were going to get out.